Dun, dun. Loading in progress. அது யார் வைஃபை? ஓ, கீழே கீழே. போடுறா போடுறா போடுறா. என்ன சண்டை இருக்குது? ஆ? சவுண்ட் இங்க சொல்லுங்க. சொல்றாங்க. ம். இந்த டீமை தோக்கடிச்சு டாக்கே வின் பண்ண மாதிரி செலிப்ரேட் பண்ணானுங்களாம். அப்பதான் சிஎஸ்கே வந்து கடுப்பாகி அடிக்க ஆரம்பிப்பானுங்க. அதான் சொல்றேன். சூசைடி கன்ஃபார்ம் இருக்கும் பாரு. எங்கடா மென்ஷனே பண்ணலையாடா பாட்டு?
அப்பப்ப செய்வாங்களா?
Friends, good evening. Time is 6:30. So the guest has also arrived here. I am Ram Kumar Singaram, President of PRSA Chennai chapter. We request you to please wait for 3 to 5 minutes. We'll start around 6:34 or 6:35 in another 4 or 5 minutes. Some of the people are on the way to join. So let us wait for maximum 5 minutes and we'll start 6:35 sharp. Thank you. Thanks for your understanding.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, doctor. We'll start at 6:35 sharp.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, shall I play the PRSI audio, sir, as per our higher official instructions?
You can.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
जन जन से संपर्क बढ़ाने वाले हम, आशाओं की किरण जगाने वाले हम। जन जन से संपर्क बढ़ाने वाले हम, आशाओं की किरण जगाने वाले हम। जन जन से संपर्क बढ़ाने वाले हम, आशाओं की किरण जगाने वाले हम। जन जन से संपर्क बढ़ाने वाले हम, आशाओं की किरण जगाने वाले हम। नगर नगर ये ग्राम और ये गलियारे, भरने इनमें नवजीवन के उजियारे। नगर नगर ये ग्राम और ये गलियारे, भरने इनमें नवजीवन के उजियारे। बार बार हम दोहराते हैं यही कसम, यही कसम, यही कसम। आशाओं की किरण जगाने वाले हम, जन जन से संपर्क बढ़ाने वाले हम। आशाओं की किरण जगाने वाले हम, जन जन से संपर्क।
Friends, good evening, one and all. I am handing over the stage to Dr. Raja, Secretary of Public Relations Society of India, Chennai chapter. He is also the assistant professor at working at Satyabama University at Chennai. Over to Dr. Raja.
Very good evening, one and all present here. First of all, I want to thank our National President, Dr. Rajat Padak sir, our South Vice President, U.S. Sarma sir, and our Chennai chapter chairman, Mr. Ram Kumar Singaram sir, always motivating us to do the innovative programs, two online program, one offline program. Dear participants, today we have guest Mr. Sudarsanam Ganapathy, founder the People Company. Dear participants, today's our topic is build your personal brand through LinkedIn. Mr. Ram Kumar Singaram sir, can you share a few words about PRSI Chennai chapter, sir?
Thank you, Dr. Raja. I am Ram Kumar Singaram, President of Chennai chapter. I am running a company here called Catalyst PR based out of Chennai. I warmly welcome Mr. Sudarshanam Ganapathy. At his young age, he is doing wonders in social media platforms, particularly LinkedIn. He will explain how you can build a brand over LinkedIn. And Mr. Sudarshanam is a very, very, very intelligent person. At this very, very young age, he built up a wonderful empire as a company in Chennai. A lot of things are there to learn. People who are joined are really lucky to learn at free of cost of all this office, all his knowledge. Now about PRSI, Public Relations Society of India, started in India around 1959, and Chennai chapter was started around 1969. There are more than 23 chapters and more than 3,000 plus members across India in PRSI. People from varied background like corporate communications, visual communication, journalism, media, advertising industry, public relation industry. So all these people are there in the forum. Chennai-based public relations society's Chennai chapter usually meets at Hotel Savera during the third week of every month. And we conduct 2 webinars every month. As Dr. Raja said, we conduct 2 webinars every month. All are free. Our main aim is to promote public relations, promote visual communications, promote media communications among the community, and to create more awareness, to create more job opportunities. So that's our main role. Now over to Dr. Sridevi. Dr. Sridevi is our treasurer. She is also working as an assistant professor in Viscom Department of MOP Vaishnav College for Women at Chennai. She will introduce the guest, Mr. Sudarshanam Ganapathy. Over to Dr. Sridevi.
Good evening, everyone. I warmly welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Sudarshanan Ganapathy, sir. He has been in this business for 12 plus years. He has been in professional branding for more than 3 years. He has over 100 plus stage appearances, including TEDx. He has worked with 300 plus clients in this area. He got over 5 crore impressions across all the social media platforms. He has trained 50,000 plus people on branding and positioning. He has helped clients to get 30 crores impressions on LinkedIn profile. On behalf of the PRSA Association and the participants and academicians, I warmly welcome you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much for that awesome introduction, ma'am. First of all, am I clear? If I'm clear, can you please type C? And the reason I asked you guys to type C is because I want this session to be an interactive session. I'm not a speaker. I'm a very good conversationalist. I'm a very bad speaker. So I would like to keep this session conversational so that we can have fun for the next 45-50 minutes. And while you guys type C, thank you so much for that beautiful introduction, Sridevi ma'am, Ramkumar sir, and Raja sir. Ramkumar sir, those were big words. Thank you so much. I've known Ramkumar sir for quite some time now. We've been associated for a very long time. So thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you so much for inviting me to speak to you guys. So my topic today is building a personal brand on LinkedIn. Right? How many of you are actually excited about LinkedIn? Can you type E? Excited. E. Right? Excellent. When I talk about LinkedIn, I have to share about my story so that you guys would also relate with me and see if you would also want to build a brand on LinkedIn. So let me share my story first and then get into the actual topic. I'm a postgraduate engineer by qualification, and I got into business quite early, right after college. And while I started my business in digital marketing, and because that was what that's the only business that I could start with zero investment at that point of time. So I started with digital marketing, and I kept going with it until COVID-19. We were doing really well, but during COVID-19, we didn't do well because we went from 22 clients to 6 clients in a span of less than 2 months. I had to pivot somewhere so that my business would survive. So I needed to generate leads because the leads before that were all dependent on my presence of social media. I used to go to events. I used to go meet people in real and and that's how I got my leads. Or my clients gave me more clients. So that's how it used to work. But when COVID-19 struck, I couldn't go out, and my clients kept dropping, and so they couldn't give me leads too. I needed a lead generating machine so that my business would keep going. And that's when I stumbled upon LinkedIn. I started building my LinkedIn profile on April 1st of 2021. I had 130 followers then. And luckily, I went to 10,000 followers in 6 months because I started documenting everything that I knew about social media marketing as a whole. Because I had 8 years of experience before that, and I started generating leads slowly. And that's when it struck me, why, if I'm generating leads through this, why not my clients also use this opportunity? And then I started pitching my clients about it, and my clients were interested. One by one, we started onboarding people. And when enough people got onboarded, we rebranded our agency into a personal branding agency that is specialized in LinkedIn. So, so that's what we do. We help founders, CXOs, leaders of organizations build a presence on LinkedIn. And it's been 3 years since we did that. Today I personally have over 100,000 followers on LinkedIn and 700,000 followers across social media platforms. We've worked with over 300 founders from across 20 countries. And have built multiple profiles in multiple niches, multiple industries, multiple age groups, and multiple geographies. So anything that I'm going to share today is not theoretical; it's all practical. It's what's worked with 300 people. I think it must work for you too. So that's where I come from, and that's what we're going to talk about today: how to build a proper personal brand on LinkedIn. But before I talk about personal brand per se, I would like to know what you guys think of personal branding. So what do you guys think about personal branding? What do you think is the meaning of personal branding in your books? You can type down, you can type in 2-3 words of what you think personal branding is.
Sir, my opinion, it's a digital storytelling about us.
Storytelling, you tell about yourself. Good.
Yes, sir.
Self-marketing, good. And okay, the brand is not the business, the brand is you. Good. Building your own repo and narrating your achievement. Good. Improving your website. Good. Website is one part of personal branding. Yes. So building a presence or identity or self-marketing. Good. Excellent. So you identity creation. Good. Excellent. So let's actually, all of you write in a way. So let me summarize what you guys are trying to say here, right? We all know what personal branding is. We just don't know how to put it forth, right? Personal branding is simply putting a face to an idea or to a company. It's as simple as that. If you have a company and if you are the face of a company, you are a personal brand. Or if you have an idea, if you stand for something, if you are in a profession and if you stand for a specific idea, then you are a personal brand because you put a face to the idea, right? Let me give you examples. We all knew what ahimsa was, but Gandhiji became the face of ahimsa. Now, that's a personal brand. We all know what kindness is, but Mother Teresa became the face of kindness. Right? An idea having a face. So that's a personal brand. And that I'm talking about big ideas, right? And it could be your business idea too. For example, if I built a business around personal branding, I built a face for the business itself. That's me, right? I only talk about personal branding. I only talk about personal development and personal branding because they go hand in hand. And that's what I'm known for. That's how I built my brand. So whatever you believe in, whatever you stand for, if you can put a face to it, then you are a personal brand. And people usually, since I work with founders, I would also like to know what professions you guys come from, so that I can talk specifically for you. Can you list down your professions one by one? You can start typing it, and I'll know what professions you come from.
Sir, it's a mixed faculties, media students, and various,
Excellent. So it's a mix of professions. Very nice. Very nice.
from all over India, sir.
All over India. Very nice.
All over
Very
India.
nice. In that case, let's keep it generic. Okay. Usually, personal brand can solve 3 main problems for you. The first main problem is sales. It could be your product sales, your service sales, or selling your credentials, selling yourself, so that you can attract opportunities. Right? That's the main problem that most people come to us with. And the second problem is raising funds. Raising funds usually come with trust, right? More the trust, more the funds. And if at all you run a company, if at all you build something that you want to build, and if you're looking for funds to flow in, if people trust you, they pour in funds. And that trust is built through LinkedIn because people don't invest on businesses, people don't invest on ideas, people invest on people. So more your credibility, more your credentials, the easier to raise funds. That's the second one. And the third one is finding good people to work with. You could be in a job, you could be you could be a self-employed person, you could be a business owner. We all need people to work with, right? We cannot achieve anything alone. We need people to work with. And LinkedIn is a platform where you can attract people easily. People want to work with you on a long term, and they stick with you because they already believe in you. Now, if you look at these three problems, all these three are associated with establishing your authority. Now, watch my words carefully. I'm talking about establishing authority and not building an authority. Because personal branding only works with people who already have an authority. If you are already good at what you do, then personal branding will work for you. If you are not good at what you do, I would suggest that you get better at what you do and then build a personal brand. Right? So it's all about establishing the authority that you already have. Basically, you need a story to tell, and you can't build a story. It has to be there. You should have done something, you should have built something around it, and then you can talk about it. Right? Because in my experience, I've seen that more successful personal brands are people who have done very good work. And that brings me to a differentiation that most people could be confused about. There is a personal brand and there is a content creator. Both are not the same. A content creator is someone who creates content. A personal brand is someone who has content. And they have it, they speak about it. Content creator won't have content or might not have content. They hunt for content, then they create it, then they talk about it. Right? So there's a lot of difference between a content creator and a personal brand. When we talk about a personal brand, they are people who have enough work to talk about. And since we are talking about LinkedIn here, on LinkedIn, people don't follow you. They follow your work. More the work you have, the better it is. So let's talk about how we can build personal brand, right? And let me share my screen so that it becomes easy for you to relate with what I'm talking about now. All right. So how many of you think people buy quality? Can I see a raise of hands? Can I see I? If you believe that people buy quality, type I. Right? Very good. I see a lot of I's here. Very nice. But people buy quality is only half the truth. It's not the entire truth. I'll tell you why. People buy quality for the second time. People buy familiarity the first time. If people know you, they buy from you. And then if they like it, they keep buying. Right? Let me give you a practical example. I had never used an Apple product until before 2 years. My brother gave me a used iPhone that he had, and he wanted to change his phone, so he gave it to me for free. Okay, so I had an iPhone, and I started using the iPhone, and it was not even a big iPhone, right? It was a iPhone SE, which is one of its basic models, and I had iPhone SE for a very long time, for like 2-3 years. Then I started for 1.5 years. I had iPhone SE. Then I started falling in love with Apple. Then I bought a MacBook. Then I changed my iPhone. Then I bought my wife an iPhone. Then my wife bought an MacBook. Now it's all Apple products at my home. Is it because did I buy Apple because I liked it, or I like the quality of it, or did I buy Apple because it was familiar to me? The first time it became familiar to me because someone gave it to me. Someone introduced it to me, and it became familiar to me. And then I started using it, and then I bought the other products because I like the quality. So the first product always comes because it is familiar. Second time, when people buy the second time because they like the quality. Now it brings me to a question. Is it enough to have a quality product or service? Or is it important to be familiar also? If you think it's important to be familiar, type yes. If you think if it's important to be familiar, type F. Familiar? So that's where your personal brand comes into play. Your personal brand makes you familiar. And now when I say familiar, I'm not saying famous. I'm saying familiar. The famous is because the famous is someone who is famous, right? Who's just known. But no, familiar means you're known for a specific reason. You're known for something, right? So if you have an idea and if you keep talking about it, you naturally become familiar for that idea. You become known for that idea, and that's when you're a personal brand. Now that we have established what personal brand is, let's go to ways of building personal brand. Okay, the first one is very familiar because you guys come from it. PR. PR is so it's a very base model. No, if at all you want to be familiar, if at all you want to be known for something, PR is so necessary. There is no beating around the bush. There is no two ways about it. PR is so needed. There's offline and online, right? There's offline PR and online PR. I would suggest online PR here because it comes with yeah.
Sir, good evening, sir. Small announcement. Dear participants, we are not shared any feedback form. Dear participants, we are not shared any feedback form. Some participants shared their, some business communication there. So we will share the feedback form only at 7:30 p.m. Dear participant, we share feedback form only at 7:30 p.m. Don't fill up the this kind of commercial feedback form. Thank you all. Sir, please continue.
Excellent. So yeah, so the first one is PR. You guys already know it. I would suggest online PR because it comes with keyword indexing. When people search for you on Google, it's easy to find you on other third person credible platforms, which actually increases trust on you. So that's PR. Now let me not talk more about PR because you guys are already from it. Let's talk about authoring a book. Any authors here? Anyone who's already authored a book? Type A. Anyone who's already authored a book? The reason I'm asking you this is, if at all you've done enough work in your industry, let's say 10 years of work. So 10 years of work is enough work to do in any industry. If you are in the same industry, right? If you've done work in one industry, Ravi sir has written a book. Very nice, sir. So if you've written a book, you naturally become an authority. You naturally will be seen as an authority because authority. That's where the word comes. That's where the word is found, right? If you are an author, you'll be seen as an authority. So I'm not saying write a book. I'm saying author a book, tell story and make someone else write it, but still write a book, right? But still author a book, right? It's important that you have a name. You have your name on a book. It makes it easy and it acts as an enhanced visiting card. Now, whenever you go to meet someone, giving your card and then trying to sell what you have to sell makes a lot of difference. But instead of your card, if you can give a book, the whole story changes. Right? They listen to you because you've already written a book. And they know that you know what you're talking about. So authoring a book is so important. I can't stress upon it. I can't stress more upon it. Then coming to creating digital assets. Now, there's a reason why I call it assets. It's really an asset, right? You won't know it until you cross a certain threshold in digital media. But once you cross that threshold, opportunities come to you instead of you going to them, which is a huge place, which is a very nice place to be in, if you ask me. You don't have to look for opportunities. You don't have to go asking for opportunities. They just come to you. They keep flowing to you on a daily basis. And you'll be at a place where you get to choose who you want to work with. And that is exactly where I wish every business owner is, because it's a very nice place to be in. Instead of you going to look for opportunities or you going out to sell your services or your product, it's better to be in one place and let opportunities come to you and you choose who to work with. And that is where digital assets come into play. There are a lot of digital assets, but let's predominantly talk about LinkedIn today. But let's also touch upon other assets where so that you understand why you should create content on all platforms, because I call it omnipresence, being everywhere. If you can be everywhere, you attract opportunities from every direction, right? It's common sense. But still, most people have an inhibition towards creating content, towards putting yourself out there. And so you can turn it into skill set. Basically, if you have a skill set, you can choose that platform alone. For example, I write better than I speak, right? My writing is actually better. So I started with LinkedIn. But if you can write very well, start with these 4 platforms. Start a blog, write on LinkedIn, write on Twitter, write newsletters, email newsletters, send emails. So that you once you start putting in work in your own skill set, your skill actually increases. If you're good at writing, if you write more, you become a better writer. If you're good at speaking, let's say if you're good at speaking, but you don't want to come in front of a camera, start podcasts, audio podcasts, put it on Spotify, see how the response is. And then keep building, right? With consistency, obviously, audience have to come. Audience must come, right? And if you're willing to show your face and talk, go on Instagram and YouTube, so that you can build an audience across platforms and see which one grows fast. Now it's number game, right? If you are on more platforms, one of the platforms should grow fast. That's how it works, right? It's all number game. More the work you do, some of your work will be known. Now, more the calls you make, some of the calls will convert. More the platforms you're on, some of the platforms will explode. So start with one platform that you're good at, right? If you're good at speaking, start with podcast. If you're good at showing your face, start with Instagram and YouTube. If you're good at writing, start with writing. Start with blogs, LinkedIn, Twitter, or newsletter. But start somewhere. Today, since we don't have time to talk about all of these, let's talk about LinkedIn. Before I talk about how to grow on LinkedIn, let's talk about why LinkedIn. When we got into LinkedIn, we had this inhibition that people on LinkedIn won't be approachable. People are too professional there. We might not be able to get leads there. These were inhibitions that we had because I thought that I was not enough for LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn looked too professional for me. It looked too scary for me. Anyone like that? No, anyone is scared of LinkedIn? Type yes. Anyone scared of LinkedIn? No, just like how I was back then. Anyone scared? And before typing anything, make sure that it's in group chat, okay? Meeting group chat. Make sure you're not sending privately to someone, so that I would like to know who you're sending it to. So anyone? Yes, type yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Very clear, yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, so I take that you guys are not scared of LinkedIn like I was. Excellent. So basically, LinkedIn. Let's talk about why LinkedIn. Okay. The first one, why LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a platform. As a platform, is richer in terms of content. Instead of scrolling somewhere else, if you scroll on LinkedIn, at least you'll get better as a person. You learn more, right? People on LinkedIn obviously create better content because they're all career focused. It's professional. People are career focused. They somehow create better content than other platforms, and it's easier to stumble upon good content on LinkedIn. Now, let's say on Instagram, you have to scroll through like 20, 30 reels to stumble upon one good content. But on one good content, that would be life-changing, right? But on LinkedIn, it could be one in 3 posts that could be life-changing. You would never know until you start following such people. So LinkedIn is actually a better platform in terms of quality of content. Second one, LinkedIn is better in terms of quality of people. Let me give you an example. Let me give you a fact, a statistic, right? Average income of an average Meta user is $800 annually. Now, $800 is how much rupees? It's less than 80,000 rupees, right? Less than 60,000 rupees, around 60,000 rupees. So that's the annual income of an average Meta user, which means people who are not making money, people who are students, people who are at home, use Meta a lot. So that's what it says. But the average income of an average LinkedIn user is $35,000. 35,000, which is around 30 lakh rupees. Right? So less than 1 lakh and 30 lakh. That's the difference in quality of people that you are talking about. So LinkedIn, if you are on LinkedIn, you are naturally among people who are making money, right? Let's directly put it that way. If you want to be better in your career, be with people who are getting better at their career. So be in LinkedIn. So that's the second one. The third one, people are approachable on LinkedIn, especially if they are in C-suite or above. People who are running companies, right? People who own companies, who run companies, they respond to your requests on LinkedIn. They talk to you on LinkedIn. They reply to your messages on LinkedIn, which is very rare on other platforms. And we did a study actually. When we got into this industry, we wanted to understand if LinkedIn actually worked for people. So what we did was we took a list of 200 rich people from 1,000 richest people in India. I think it was from Inc. 1000 or something. We took 1,000 richest people in India and we chose 200 people who were on 4 platforms. It's just that we know the rule was they should be in that 1,000 people, and they should be on 4 platforms. Personally, they themselves should be on 4 platforms: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Right? So that was the rule. And we somehow found 200 people, and we did some study about these 200 people and dropped a very specific message to each of them. For example, I saw your profile. I saw your article on Forbes. This is something that I believe in too, and this line of yours changed the way I think. Thank you so much for doing this. Is this specific enough? Would people reply to this? Actually, they did. We dropped such messages, specific messages to all 200 of them. In the first week, around 20 of them replied, right? And all 20 of them replied first on LinkedIn. In the end of first month, 30 to 40 of them replied, and all of them replied first on LinkedIn. In the end of first year, 68 people replied. All 68 replied first on LinkedIn. Now it's been 3 years since we sent it. Around 110 people have replied. All 110 people replied first on LinkedIn. So what does this say? People actually reply to your messages on LinkedIn, right? And a lot of them did not even get back to us on other platforms. Nobody replied first on other platforms. So that's the key. All of them replied first on LinkedIn. So that actually sends a message, right? If at all you want to get in touch with decision makers, it's actually direct line to decision makers. Now, how would you feel if you call them and they picked it? That's what happens on LinkedIn. You drop a text and they actually reply to it. So that's how powerful LinkedIn is. So let's talk about what to do with LinkedIn. See, there are 2 parts in LinkedIn, right? The first part is optimizing part. The second part is content part. Let's talk about both. Okay, this is a screenshot that I took around 2 weeks ago. So I had 99 followers then. Now I have around 800, I guess. 1,000 more followers I have now. But let's talk about optimization as a whole. Now you see it on your screen. I would like to know what you infer from this screenshot. What do you understand from this screenshot? You can start typing. What do you understand from this screenshot? You guys can start typing. I'll also understand what you guys understand from this. Yeah, my LinkedIn, you understand that I have better reach. Good. You understand that it's my LinkedIn. Of course, it's my LinkedIn profile. And what do you understand from my LinkedIn profile? So, and make sure that it's not a direct message. Put it on for everyone. Is there an option to send message to everyone? Okay. Okay, you understand that I have better reach. Other than reach, what do you understand? Yeah, nice. No, Ravi is saying that I have a short description of what I do and what I am, who I am. Very nice. So yes, I have a description of what I do because it says here, helping people become brands. And that also shows who I am, right, as a person. And it shows that I've spoken in TEDx. Good. It shows my credentials. It's not just TEDx, it's credentials, right? It's the brands that have spoken about me. Good. Excellent. My website link. Excellent. So you can see my website link. It shows thesocialcompany.in, which means I'm telling people what they must do. Very nice. Excellent. So you know my credentials. Very nice. What else do you understand? All right. Simple, compact, yet informative. Yes. No, I've used less words, but I'm trying to convey more. Just like any good writer would write, you use less words to convey more. So yeah, there is a book appointment button here, which shows that I'm approachable. Very nice. Good one, Ashwini. It shows impressions. Very nice. So yeah, impressions is only a vanity metric, but still, no, let's talk about it later. But no numbers in no, no follower count, impression count is all vanity metrics. You don't have to worry about it. I get the same number of leads since the day I crossed like 30,000 followers. From 30,000 followers till today, I'm been getting the same amount of leads every single day. There's no increase in number of leads just because I have a lot of followers. All right. So you guys have pretty much summed up what I wanted to say, but let me actually put it in points so that it becomes easy for you guys and it becomes easy for you to replicate it. You can start doing what I've done here. See the picture in the top. Excellent. So the picture in the top, let's first talk about my display picture, okay? My display picture is a clear headshot. It shows my face very well, and it's a smiling face. Let me give you a psychology tip. If people like people who smile more, not just on photographs, even in real life. If you can smile, people think that you are approachable and they try to approach you, which is actually a nice thing in terms of business, especially in terms of LinkedIn. It's a very good thing. If you look approachable, people approach you. It's a good thing, right? You get business through it. Just by posting a smiling picture of yours, if you can get business, it's a good thing. So you make sure that your DP is a clear headshot and make sure that you are showing your teeth and smiling, right? It's not just smiling by closing your lips. Open your lips and smile. It's a success tip. Remember, opening your lips and smiling is a success tip. So that's the first one, having a very good display picture. Number two, having a very good banner. The top picture that you see, the whole one, helping people become brands, 300 plus clients. So that thing is actually a banner and it's supposed to be an image. Most people post an image of themselves or their team there. Don't do it. Tell people what you do using your banner. I put on your banner, talk about what you do. Okay. And put it in simple words. I'll tell you why you have to put it there. Talk about your work there. Talk about how many clients you worked with, which companies you worked with, what value you added to the company you work in, the project you worked on, the clients you worked with, all that. So that people understand what you have to do. And trust me, people don't have time to scroll through your profile to understand what you do. Put it where they see, right? So this is what they see. As soon as they go into your profile, this is what they're going to see. If they see this, they have to, if they wanted that service, they would immediately buy from you. And the websites, the people don't know what they should do after looking at your profile. You have to tell them. It's called a call to action. You have to tell them what action they must take after they look at your profile. So I've given my website. See, if you look at it, I've given my website on the top. I've given my website in the contact info below. And the book an appointment is actually a call to action. And my company link here in the right side is again this one is again a call to action. So you have so many things, so many call to actions in one page. And this credibility, adding credibility, this is why we do PR, right? Obviously, people have to know about us, and it's important that people know about it so that it adds to the trust they already have. See, PR alone will not bring you trust. It adds to the trust that you already have. So basically, your work is important. You do a lot of work, showcase your work. Along with it, the PR and PR actually follows good work. If you know what I mean, 100% of PR that I have came to me free of cost because people follow good work. Any PR person would know that that you must follow good work, right? That's where you get good visibility, good reach. So that's what it is about. Do good work, and then PR will add to the trust that people already have on you. And here it is. This one is called a bio. This section, I help people become brands, 12 plus years in branding and marketing, strategy consulting. This place is called a bio. LinkedIn is a keyword-driven platform, unlike other platforms. Twitter, Instagram are all hashtag-driven, right? You type a hashtag and you can find photos, find people through it. But LinkedIn is a keyword-driven platform like Google. On Google, you don't type hashtags, right? You type keywords. The same goes with LinkedIn. For example, if someone can search search about personal branding, search about branding, marketing, strategy, consulting, my profile shows up because I keyword optimized my bio section. Not just the bio section, there is another section called about section in the bottom of the profile. Optimize that too. How do you optimize it? You know how people would search for you, right? Use those words. Make sure those words are in the content. It's as simple as that. That's how you optimize it. If there is an SEO, if there is a SEO guy or SEO person here, or if there is a website builder here, you will understand what I'm talking about. But even if you don't understand, I'm putting it in simple terms. You know how people will search for you. Use those words in your bio section and the about section. Right? So it's that simple. That's what optimization is. This does not take more than an hour. Agreed? And if you agree, I believe that you must do it right away. Right? When I say right away, before you go to sleep today. Because it does not take more than 1 hour. This optimization alone will put you ahead of 99% of people on LinkedIn. Let me repeat it. This optimization alone, the thing that I showed you now, if you can do it, that puts you ahead of 99% of people on LinkedIn. If it's that good, is it worth doing today itself? If you're going to do it today, type today in the message box here, so that I'll know who is going to do today. Today. Excellent, Srividya. Today. Padmaja, very good. Today. Teams, I don't know your name, but teams, good. Ilamati, good. Ashwini, good. People are also raising their hands. Very nice. Very nice. See, if you guys can do it today, you are already getting ahead of 99%. Yeah, Nikhil, you can't see any messages because people can send only direct messages, it seems. I don't know why, but that's how it is set up. So I can see your message, Nikhil. So yeah, so a lot of people have raised your hands. A lot of people have dropped today here. I want to understand that. I want to be sure that you will do it today itself, because that I consider it my reward, right? Me coming here and speaking about LinkedIn and you doing it today itself are actually correlated. And I think that's the reward that I get from the 1 hour that I've taken today. Excellent. So Prashant today, Shrikar today. So do it today and you will start seeing the results right away. All right. That's about optimizing LinkedIn. Let's talk about content distribution. See, this is something that I started late. When I say distribution, you can use one content to go on multiple platforms. Let's say you are on YouTube. Okay. Let's say you create one video on YouTube. I'll also tell why content distribution. It's important that you are on multiple platforms. Just LinkedIn won't cut it. It's important that you are on a lot of platforms, because we live in an era of business celebrities. If you like it or not, we live in an era of business celebrities. Let's say there is a business owner, and there is a business owner who's also a celebrity. Who do you think a lot of business goes to? Obviously a business celebrity, right? Because he's known, he's familiar. People know him, people know her. Naturally, business goes to them. That's why content distribution is important. You have to be known. It's in 21st century, your work alone is not enough. Showcasing your work is also important. Of course, your work is important, but not enough. You have to showcase your work too. So that's where content distribution comes into play, because we don't have a lot of time to create content, right? We have our work to do. And at the same time, we have to create content. We are not content creators, like I said in the beginning. We are just people who have regular professions, who want to create content so that we will be known for the work we do. Right? So in that case, we will have to create content and save time. And that's where content distribution comes into play. Let me give you a small tip. Let's say you do a YouTube video, which is 20 minutes. 20 minutes of some problem that you solved recently in your industry. And anyone can do it, right? How to solve a specific problem. Let me give you an example. The LinkedIn, I spoke about LinkedIn optimizing now, right? I spoke about how to optimize your profile now, and that would be like 10 minutes, right? 10-15 minutes, I've spoken about it. Let's say I make it as a video. Would people need it? Yes. Would people watch it? If they need it, they'll watch it, right? that can be made into short form videos, right? I can talk about profile picture alone in one video. I can talk about creating a banner alone in one video. I can talk about SEO optimization alone in one video. So it can be small form videos also, short form videos also, right? So one long form video, you can create multiple short form videos. And that one long form video can be made into one long form content, which can be sent as newsletters, which can be put as blog on your website. Now we've spoken about 4 platforms. And this short form video, if it goes on YouTube, it can go on Instagram also. It can go on Facebook also. And the short form content that you made, if it can be turned into text, it can go on Twitter, it can go on LinkedIn, right? And the entire video, entire long form video, if it is turned into audio, it can go on Spotify, 9 platforms. And the short form content that goes on LinkedIn, if it can be turned into photo text, it can go as carousels on Instagram, again as carousel post, and on threads. So I've spoken about 11 platforms now with one single content. And there are other platforms also, but pardon me if I missed it. But still, I think 11 platforms is enough to build a very good presence. And what I told you won't take much time. Given that we are in AI era, right? Videos can be turned into text like that. Videos can be turned into audio like that. Posting won't even take much time. Engaging won't even take much time. See, I take 30 minutes to 1 hour for social media every single day. For someone who's in social media business, if they take less than 1 hour a day, I don't think you will need much time. I'm in that business. I have to consume content. I have to create content. I have to be out there. And even I take less than an hour every day, which means you will take much lesser time to do these things. But the problem is discipline. Not everyone will stay disciplined, right? I'll tell you why not everyone will stay disciplined. Let me give you another fact. I've been creating at least one post on LinkedIn every single day since April 1st of 2021, which means in 2 more days, it's going to be 4 years, and I have not missed even 1 day of creating content. And that is all it takes to go to 1 lakh followers. People see these 1 lakh followers and think that, no, I've done something great. I hadn't done anything great. It's something that anyone could do. Anyone can create one post every single day on LinkedIn, right? And all you have to do is talk about your work, document your work online. Now talk about whatever you do that day and post about it. It's not that difficult. And still people think it's something huge. It's not huge. The difference between you and I is 4 years. Nothing more, nothing less. Start today and stay consistent for 4 years, and you will also have 1 lakh followers, provided you create value with your content. Provided you add value to your audience with your content. It's as simple as that. Value is the differentiator. Consistency is the differentiator. If you can crack both, you will also crack a LinkedIn game. LinkedIn game is so easy. Not just LinkedIn, social media game is so easy. Across platforms, it's going to be, it's an easy game. It's just that, trust me, there are 100 people here now. There are around 100 people here.
Yes,
You
sir.
create content. Yeah. So you create content.
100 participants here. Simultaneously, we are doing YouTube live streaming.
Oh, okay. You're also on YouTube Live. Excellent. So a lot of people are watching this now. Very good. Which means if all of you start creating content now, today, I bet that 100 people won't cross 100 days. Right? If 100 people start now, less than 10% will cross 100 days. And less than 10% of that 10% will cross 1 year. Because consistency is not easy. You try to be consistent, and that's when you actually grow on social media, right? Look at anyone who's grown on social media. They've been extremely consistent, and their content does not have to be super good. It will be above average, but with above average content, but with extremely good consistency will give you more results than extremely good content and average consistency. Let me repeat. Average content with extremely good consistency will take you farther than extremely good content and average consistency. Right? So you just have to be very good at consistency and above average in terms of content, so that you'll achieve greatness in terms of social media. All right, let's talk about owning your audience, and let me finish there. Owning your audience. See, no matter in what platform you build your audience, be it LinkedIn, be it YouTube, be it Instagram, be it Facebook, any platform, you don't own your audience. The platform owns it, which means you don't get the data of those people. You don't get email IDs, phone numbers, right? Because the platform owns the audience. I have 700,000 followers online and I have nobody's data on those platforms, which is sad, right? That's where you need to know how to own your audience. The answer is start an email newsletter and announce it on all the platforms you are on. Start an email newsletter. Why email newsletter? Because that's when people will give you their emails. And if you can send email newsletter every week to them, you add value in their inbox. There are two advantages to this. You show up on their inbox every week and they open your email ID, your email, and they read it, which means you are adding special value to them. You're putting so much effort into creating an email, which they also will acknowledge, right? Which your audience also will know. And they start following you personally, closely. That's the first one. Second one, there is no competition on email newsletters. Let's say you're in a specific business, okay, or in a specific niche. There are not a lot of people who are in the same niche who have newsletters. But on social media, let's say your post comes in, and then your competitor's post also will come in to your audience, which means they could buy from you or they could buy from your competitor. But on email newsletter, your competitor might not have a newsletter. So you have a newsletter, which means you send it to them and they buy from you when they need that service or product. So you eliminate competition by having a newsletter, and you get to own data by having a newsletter, and you build a personal relationship with your audience through a newsletter. I have 10,000 plus subscribers on my newsletter, and I get 400 replies if I send email every week, right? 400 replies. I won't even get 400 comments on my social media, which has 700,000 followers. Look at the difference. It's humongous. People actually trust people who have newsletter. And also you get to sell on newsletters. You cannot sell on social media. You cannot sell openly, right? People want to buy, but they don't want to be sold to. Even you as an audience, you will not buy from someone who sells, right? You want value, you want it for free, but you don't want them to sell. And that's how any audience is. But on newsletter, it's different. You can actually sell openly because it's one-on-one. It's not to a crowd. That's when an audience reads a newsletter, they know that you're talking to them on a personal level. You're not talking on social media to everyone. You're talking to one person on an email newsletter, which makes it easy for them to buy because they trust you immensely because it's one-to-one. So that's how powerful owning your audience can be. The number one goal of building a personal brand online is to own that audience, is to collect data, right? So let me end with this note. We all do a lot of things, right? We get up, we do a lot of things. We go to work, we go to college, we go to our business place. We do a lot of work on a daily basis. It's just that we do things because we have a system for it, right? We get up and we brush our teeth. Why do we brush our teeth? Because it's wired inside us that's how we function, right? Things that we do on a subconscious level are wired inside us because we've done it so many times that it has become a second nature, right? So now content creation is so important and we all know it, but most of us don't do it. We don't do it because it hasn't become our second nature yet. We just have to make it our second nature. How do we do it? By consistently sticking to a schedule on a daily basis. Most people don't create content because they think they don't have time to do it. Wrong. Most people don't create content because they don't have a system to do it. Build a system and stick to it, and you will also build a humongous social media following. Let me talk about how to build a system. Understand your lifestyle. Take 15 minutes out of it to write content. It's as simple as that. Start writing something on a daily basis. Take 15 minutes. I take 15 minutes and write on LinkedIn and hit that post button. It's as simple as that, right? So it's all systems. there's this beautiful saying, people don't rise to the level of their goals. People fall to the level of their systems. If you have a system, you win. It's as simple as that. I suggest that you understand your lifestyle and take 15 minutes to write content. I write content as soon as I wake up from bed. While I'm in bed, the time between waking up and getting up, I write content. I don't scroll, right? I write content. So it depends on how you have a system. No, it's about your lifestyle, right? You have to fit it into your lifestyle somehow, and you figure out how you're going to fit it in. But if you can fit it in and stick to it on a daily basis, day in and day out, see if you can do it for 1 week, see if you can do it for 1 month, then 1 year. And by the end of the year, you would be seeing humongous results from social media. You would be making business from social media. You'll be getting opportunities from social media. It's not about, like I said, it's not about the quality of content, right? Don't compare yourself to other people who are creating amazing quality of content. Most people who create amazing quality of content don't stick to the schedule. They wither off. No, how many of you have seen content creators wither off? You've seen people who done amazing work, but they're not on social media anymore. They are not even in business anymore because they don't have a system to stick to, right? Don't fall into that perfection trap. Your content does not have to be perfect. I don't look for million views on every post. I look for like 5,000 to 10,000 views on every post. Now, if you look at my content, let me show you my LinkedIn profile. How many of you want to look at my LinkedIn analytics? Anyone wants to look into my LinkedIn analytics? Type yes and I'll show you. Want to see my LinkedIn analytics? I'll show you my LinkedIn analytics. So that you understand that it's not about quality of content. It's not about being amazing at content, right? Let me open my LinkedIn just a minute. All right, I'm sharing my LinkedIn now. This is my LinkedIn, okay? So here's my analytics. Let me show you my past 365 days. Yeah. How many viral posts are there in this? There are around 5 viral posts. 1, 2, 3, 4 viral posts, right? And the other posts are not viral, right? The other posts have done occasionally well, right? Okay content. And I have 27 million impressions in the past 365 days, which is quite a lot. But it does not seem quite a lot to me because I create on a daily basis. See, yesterday it was 20,000. Day before yesterday it's 25,000. Before that it's 26,000. Before that is 54,000. And there will be 6,000, 7,000 also, right? I get less views on a regular basis also. For someone who has 1 lakh followers, 20,000 views is only 20% of my audience, right? Which is pretty low. If you look at it, there's no magic to it. It's actually pretty low. But still, I keep posting on a daily basis. And I just believe that the 20,000 who saw yesterday and the 20,000 who see today, I think only 1,000 or 2,000 people will overlap. The other 19,000 people are new people. Somebody sees my content and I make business out of it. It's as simple as that. See, I've been talking about business. I'm not talking about views or I'm not talking about being a celebrity, right? At the end of the day, I am an entrepreneur. I don't want to be a celebrity. I want to make revenue for my business through me. That's what a personal brand is. And my job gets done here. Just by posting on a daily basis, you create business, which is the easiest tactic, right? See, we work with so many people. I was talking about the results I produce, right? I generate 3 to 4 leads on a daily basis. All 3 to 4 founders and CXOs. I'm not talking about a weekly or a monthly rate. I'm talking about a daily rate. I generate 3 to 4 leads on a daily basis. I generate at least 100 leads every month through my personal profile. Zero cost involved. I don't spend money on marketing. This is my marketing. I create posts on a daily basis, and that is my marketing. And all 100 people are founders, CXOs, managing directors, leaders of organizations, which is a very good place to be in. And that also I can show you, audience. All right. Look at who is following me. Owners. This is the top five demographics, mind you. This is the top five demographics who are following me. Founders, co-founders, CEOs, and owners. Software engineers, obviously, because I come from an engineer background and I have a lot of software engineers following me for, I don't know why they follow me, but they follow me. But the others are all my target audience, which is actually a very nice place to be in. Because if your target audience follow you, and if you create content for your target audience, and if they see it, they naturally get converted, right? That's what is happening for me. And that's what would happen for you too, if you stay consistent with your LinkedIn. Just stay consistent with your LinkedIn, and you are going to create wonders. And since I was talking about owning your audience, let me also talk about me owning my audience. This is QR code for my newsletter. Subscribe to my newsletter. It's free, okay? And I don't sell on my newsletter. I give value on how to create content on social media, how to build your presence on social media. You can scan it and you can enter my newsletter, and you can enter your email ID, and you'll start receiving my newsletter from coming week on. And that's it from my end. Thank you so much for an opportunity. You guys have been an amazing audience.
Dear participants, if you have any questions, we have guests today. You can unmute yourself and you can raise your question, dear participants.
Sudarshan, you can share your email ID also if needed in the chat box so that people can communicate to you directly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Sudarshan. This is Princey. Yeah, hi. The session was very nice, and I think it is more useful for us about exact what the LinkedIn is branding, how we have to brand like that. It has been, but I have one doubt about it. Actually, you said that content distribution, right? So content is for, I think, for example, if you are writing to any other company, how you will think of it and how you will write for that company, or it can be for yourself. So how the content distribution will be from your side? Any samples like that? How you will think of it?
Actually, every single content that I've made actually have been distributed content. I create some content, I speak somewhere, and I decode and I divide it into pieces and post on Instagram and LinkedIn. That's how I've been creating any post these days, and for a very long time now. Because as someone who's been busy with their work, I suggest that that's what we all do too. But in terms of creating, distributing content, I would suggest that you choose 2 to 3 platforms in the beginning, and then stick to it for quite some time until you see some traction, and then choose other platforms also.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Dear participants, any other questions? Dear participants, any other questions?
Thank you, Mr. Sudarshanam. It was very useful, and also I don't belong to this generation, but you made it very simple to understand and gave the confidence to get ahead. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much.
Mr. Daniel is one of our senior most member.
Wow. Your voice does not look so.
So friends, thank you so much. And special thanks to Mr. Sudarshan Ganapathy. Vote of thanks by Dr. Raja.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I want to thank our National President, Dr. Ajit Padak, sir, and South VP, Mr. Riva Sharma, sir, our Chennai Chapter Chairman, Mr. Ram Kumar Singaram, sir, and our all EC members. Today, we are conducting webinar. Many of our EC members working towards this webinar, like Sridevi ma'am and Joint Secretary Sambat sir, prepared a certificate link for the participants. Thank you, sir. Today we had very large information about LinkedIn and analytics parts, and n number of information about LinkedIn. Dear participants, you should be there in a LinkedIn. Nowadays, we are in digital era. Through the LinkedIn, we can create the digital data telling, digital storytelling. Recently we conducted, Satyabama conducted, for a job opportunity, how they are expecting. Some companies, they are asking LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn link, so that the companies, they can verify how they are active in LinkedIn in the digital era. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. Dear participants, we will meet in another session. Thank you all. I will post the feedback form in the chat box. Please fill up the feedback form immediately. Within a second, you can receive a e-certificate through your mail. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Thank you. Sridevi ma'am, please post feedback form in the YouTube channel, ma'am. Dr. Sridevi ma'am, please post feedback form in the YouTube channel, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, please fill up the feedback form. Within a second, you will receive the e-certificate through your mail ID.
Please share feedback link in YouTube and Zoom.
की निराई सकते हैं सही करने के लिए क्योंकि यदि आयुष्मान थी अच्छे
Dear participants, we have posted feedback form in YouTube as well as Zoom. Please fill up the feedback form, dear participants. And we will meet you in another interesting program. Thank you all. Thank you, dear participants.